Let me talk to you. Yeah.
Today on the channel, we will be counting down the top 5 Marvel Legend Spider-Man. Let's get right into it, shall we? At number 5, we have the Marvel Legends Japanese Spider-Man. I really do like this figure. It is a really good representation of the Japanese Spider-Man, or Spider-Man as he is called. He does have very limited accessories, like he does have a pair of his signature posing hands. He also has pairs of fists. He's got a pair of web nets. He is pinless in both the legs and the arms, but the reuse he is using is the torso. That is, of course, the Reed Richards torso, which, what is a cool feature is if you have that Reed Richards figure, you can actually pop these arms off and put the lab coat arms along with the lab coat itself on the figure. And if you have a Peter Parker head, you can make it unmasked. So you can really make it Peter Parker in his Spider-Man suit with the lab coat on, which is a little tidbit I thought I would throw in there. But yeah, I really do like this figure. The only other issue I have with him is the color. It's very, very saturated orange, not a red. But other than that, it is still a really good looking Marvel Legends figure, and that's why he's at number 5. At number 4, we have the retro card back cell shaded Spider-Man. This was a Walmart exclusive. It is reusing the Amazing Fantasy 15 body, which for this version of Spider-Man, it is representing the old 90s animated series. They should have went with a bigger buck. It's very strange. He's supposed to be a young adult, but they really made him look like a high schooler, and it's just very, very odd. But it does represent that show. It's got the best head sculpt. The colors are there, minus the shading on there, which I've seen a lot of people acetone off because they don't like it. But it does represent that era of Spider-Man. The only issue I think a lot of people like myself have with it is the wrong body size that they should have not used. But other than that, he is completely pinless. He has got plenty of accessories that a Spider figure should come with, and that's why he's at number 4. At number 3, we have the Marvel Legends retro card black costume Spider-Man. This is one that a lot of people like myself have been waiting for. We all wanted a black costume Spider-Man with the retro card back body, and to finally get it is a really great figure. You're not going to get much here with this one because it's a full black plastic figure with very minimum white paint, so you don't really have to worry about any paint issues whatsoever. But this figure has, again, like all the other Spider-Man 4, they have everything that a Spider-Man needs. Fisted hands, walk-around hands, flipping hands, and such. The only issue that I have with this figure, if it came out a year later than it did, it would have been great if it was completely pinless, because you know the problem with pins. Pins over time, as time goes on, the pins do wear out, and then of course you have to go your way to replace them. But other than that, this is a really good representation of the black costume Spider-Man. This isn't really accurate to the animated series. This is more of, from the Secret Wars comic, or it could be both, depends. But it is still a really great representation overall of the black costume Spider-Man, just minus the pins and, of course, all that. But that is why he is number 3. Coming in at number 2, we have the Marvel Legends Amazing Fantasy 15 Spider-Man. This was the first figure to introduce this new body buck to represent Peter as he was in high school, like he was just starting out as Spider-Man. This is a really good Spider-Man figure, bar none. It's got everything you need for a Spider-Man as well, but it's got extra gripping hands for the web lines. It also has 2 different sets of web wings, which is really cool. The only problem with this figure is his back spider is not blue, it's red. Now, there was one that came out later on in a retro card back with the accurate Spider-Man. I'm like, really they could have not done that the first time. Instead, they've wanted to wait and reissue the figure again. But then again, this is Hasbro, so what do you expect? Of course, they're going to correct the mistakes they made the first time to resell it and make more money. But still, this is a really great figure with everything you come with. It has the articulation that you need when it comes to a Spider-Man figure. That's why he's at number 2. At the final number 1 spot, we have here the Marvel Legends Renew Your Vows Spider-Man. Now, yes, this is a reuse, a complete reuse of the original retro cardback Spider figure. The only difference with this one is it's got a much better color red, but it does have a much navy blue. Also, it is completely pinless like that Spider-Man should have been, and also a black costume Spider-Man should have been. But for the first time, it also came with toe articulation. Yes, it came with a toe hinge, which is really, really cool. This Spider-Man is what I've seen a lot of people have considered be their definitive Spider-Man for those who do not have the original retro cardback Spider-Man, like me. But this is just a perfect representation of Spider-Man grown up. It is actually Ultimate Spider-Man, but as an adult, which is really nice to see. The only nitpick I do have with this figure is I wish the blue was a bit brighter than what it is, but I get what it's supposed to represent. But it is just still a overall close to perfect Spider-Man. It comes with, of course, the fist and flipping hands, and also a unmasked Peter Parker head. So this Spider-Man is probably the best one you do need to pick up if you can buy him out of package separately or in box. If you're like that, you need to pick up this Spider-Man while you can. He is definitely the best one out there. That's why he's at number 1. So after everything, all the Spider-Man we have looked at, this is definitely my list of my top 5. And that's all I got to say about that. If you guys have a Spider-Man that you would put on this list, let me know down in the comment section below. Or if I'm right, if I'm wrong, also let me know. You have a right to like or dislike the video. Also, be sure to subscribe and also share this video with your friends or whoever else you got. And also check out my other top 5s with Superman and Batman. So, I hope you all enjoyed this video. As I always like to say, take care.